What up, everybody? This is Zafa Slater, aka El Chingo, and I'm working for the Comic Outlaw till Jax gets back from Tijuana. Juarez, wherever he is, he's temporarily indisposed. Let's just put it that way. So I, his cousin, has a thankless job of doing his job for him, and so I'm contract. Let's just say I'm obligated by my contract to do this. So let's just start it off going, it's Funko time. It's Funko time. Oh yeah, it's Funko time. Yeah, I know he sings it with a lot more oomph than I do. Now this one I'm actually excited about. We're switching it up from comic books to movies. Classic Bill Murray, Richard Dreyfuss movie. What about Bob? This film came out a while back, early 90s, somewhere around 90, 91. Here, check it out. And it's about this mental patient, somewhere 90, 91. And Bill Murray plays this mental patient. He's basically a homebody, agoraphobic. He has all kinds of fears about going out. He doesn't like going out anywhere. He basically cracks up. He has a goldfish named Gil. That's pretty much his whole life until he meets this psychiatrist, Richard Dreyfuss's character, and he kind of attaches himself to him. He gives him a book called Baby Steps, and Richard Dreyfuss plays one of the most arrogant psychiatrists in the world. And it is just great how Richard plays it off. Like I said, I like doing things in broad strokes, giving you a little taste of the movie, just in case you haven't seen it. So, Bob gets attached to him, and he needs a psychiatrist 24 hours a day. And he's going off with his family on this vacation, I think to Vancouver or something like that. And Bob, obsessed, follows him. And the antics ensue. And I mean antics. It's a great movie how they play off of each other. It's funny how the psychiatrist gets driven to the point where he goes nuts. Where he actually goes nuts. Because Bob just kind of weasels himself into the family, in the psychiatrist's perspective. They end up liking him. He becomes kind of like an uncle. So much so that he ends up with her sister. I mean, spoilers for a movie that came out years and years ago. Years and years. And it's just a great movie. I recommend it. Bill Murray at his best. Richard Dreyfuss. A lot of good stars. Fantastic cast. Great script. Great comedy. It has moments where you laugh, and then it kind of goes dark, but not. It has that humor mixed with the dark humor that balances out really well. So if you haven't seen What About Bob, you're a Bill Murray fan, you caught Ghostbusters Afterlife, you caught Roosevelt. Oh, another fantastic movie by Bill Murray. Bill Murray's done so many good movies. I can actually do a top 20, and maybe I should, of Bill Murray movies. Fantastic comedian, a fantastic improv. He was in Zombieland. I mean, I could sing this man's praises all day. Richard Dreyfuss too, classic actor, makes a lot of good movies. And yeah, What About Bob? If you want a good laugh, good story, I highly recommend it. It's a little older, but it still stands the test of time. That's why we do this show, to turn people on to movies they maybe haven't seen before. So catch it. I know it's on one of the many internet channels, and I recommend watching it. Now, without further ado, and yes, I don't need some kind of knife to open this up. I mean, it's just a box. All right, I'm going to show you the back to this too. As Bob Wiley, as Neurotic Bob with Gil, the goldfish, and this is the other Bob Wiley. All right. Let's see, what does it say? Something about being on vacation. I'm a little bit blind, to be honest with you. But this is excellent. Okay, I'm going to do some explaining on this. Since he's like this, with his hands up, he has a fear of selling. I'm giving away a small part of the movie. It's 2 hours long, so to sell, they tie him to the mast. They tie him to the front, and he's like, "I'm selling. I can't believe I'm selling," because he's panicking. I mean, he plays a neurotic to the T. And Richard Dreyfuss' character, when he goes crazy, fantastic. I mean, he writes a book about psychiatry at the end. Like I said, broad strokes, so you can enjoy the movie. Great Funko, detailed. Look at that. You could see this is Bill Murray. This is what I love about Funko. Even with the black eyes, even with like the no mouth and anything, you can actually tell who's who. And yeah, a hilarious movie. Highly recommend it. Bill Murray does a great job. He has a way of picking scripts. So does Richard Dreyfuss. They have a way of picking these movies that just capture you. They just hold you for that time. Either actor. I mean, even the other actors in it. The ensemble is amazing. I'm a big Bill Murray fan. Love Richard Dreyfuss, but I've seen so many of this man's movies. This man's an artiste when it comes to acting. I mean, an artiste. Like I said, love the detail. And if you got some time, let's do the stand test. I know you guys can't see. Watch. It's probably better. There we go. Stands perfectly. Some of them don't. I should have done that before. It's my first time on here. Well, my first few times, so I'm not exactly an expert like Jax. Even though that man probably can't tie his shoes without spending money or owing people money. So, enough about that. What about Bob? Highly recommend it. Do the stand test again. I love that. And as always, well, until he gets back, or he's still doing the comic book, so he's still out there. This is Zafa Slater, aka El Chingon, the temporary comic outlaw, you could say. Bob Willey. Bill Murray. What about Bob? Man, I love this Funko so much. Back here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thieves and crooks, and outlaws of all ages, I thought I'd bring some old school back. I love saying it before. I mean, why not say it now? And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Until next time.